What's up, peeps? Tony Baker here for the Tony Baker movie review. This time, I'm reviewing a Netflix series. Stranger Things 2, man. That's the hottest series in the streets right now. If you saw Stranger Things 1 and loved it, you'll love the second one. I'm gonna just say that right out the gate. I love Stranger Things because I'm an 80's kid. I was born in 77, so the 80's, I remember every piece of the 80's, man. I was here for it. So all the little references in there, I was like, yes, I remember that. I remember these commercials. That already spoke to my soul. It's kind of like Stranger Things is a throwback to the movies of the 80's, like the Goonies and Monster Squad and like all this other stuff where the kids were like the centerpiece of some real stuff going on around them. The stuff I grew up watching wasn't real kiddie, and that's what I liked. Even as a kid, I didn't like stuff too kiddie. I was like, man, this is too soft. I like my stuff hard. Because in the 80's, man, movies were rated like this, G, PG, R. There was no PG-13 in the middle. So a lot of movies being made, they were just like, yo, we're gonna have to just make it R, man. We just gonna have to do it. So I was watching some real scary stuff growing up. I was surprised Gremlins wasn't rated R. Like, I remember I couldn't wait to see Gremlins, and when I saw it, I was terrified. I couldn't sleep, but I enjoyed it though. Anyway, Stranger Things though. Great series, man. The first season blew me away. I enjoyed it, binge watched it. Like, I couldn't wait to get home. That's how it really was. All right, if you're not familiar with Stranger Things, if you've been living under a rock, or you think you're better than everybody, so you decide, oh, this show is popular, I'm gonna not watch it on purpose just to stand out. Here's the synopsis. It's set in Indiana in a town called Hawkins. Back in the 80's, shout out to the 80's. And a boy goes missing. Like, you know, he had his group of friends, and his mom and his older brother. He turns up missing. He ends up in another dimension called the Upside Down place where these monsters dwell. And then along the way, his group of friends, you know, they befriend a little girl with psychic abilities. Not psychic abilities, she got like telekinesis abilities, like some straight up X-Men type move stuff with your mind type joint. She becomes a part of the crew, and then they go on a quest to save Will, man. It was dope, man. First season was great. I was like, yes, more. Season 2 takes place a year after the events of the first one. So here we go a year later. What's going on with the kids? What's going on with the parents? What's really happening? And I don't want to spoil anything, but, you know, Saw spoilers ahead, you know. 11, she pops back up, man. How? I'm not going to tell you, but she's back. You probably saw her on the poster. You probably already knew what it was. To me, personally, I think the second season is better than the first. Because now we're established with the characters. Like, I know these cats now. So it's like, all right, what's the next chapter? And the beauty of Stranger Things, what makes it work as a series for me is that you care about the characters. The character development is the key to Stranger Things being good. Even like characters that you think you won't like, you end up like, you know what? He's not so bad. Like the character of Steve, for instance. Like when he first shows up in season 1, you're like, man, look at this old pretty boy, his lavish hair. He thinks he's better than everybody. Who is this guy? And then you end up liking him. You're like, you know what? Steve's not so bad. That's good writing and good character development, when you can change your mind about a character through the series. I don't like kids all the time. Like probably 70% of the time, kids and TV and movies get on my nerves. Probably 82% of the time, they get on my nerves. Either they too bratty, they mouthy. 96% of the time, kids get on my nerves in TV and movies. So with these kids, I actually like these guys. I was like, yo, these kids are cool, man. It took me back to my childhood. There was 3 of us, though. It was 4 of them. It was 3 of us in my little squad, and we were all fat. I don't know, the nostalgia aspect really hits home for me with Stranger Things, man. And these kids, man, you just care about these kids. These kids were great, man. I don't know where they got these actors from, but they're great. And the one kid from It returns for season 2. His character kind of took a little back seat in season 2. Like he was still in there, but he wasn't like the focal point like he was in the first one. And Will, the kid they had to save in season 1, is back. But is he back though? Is he good to go? Is he back to normal? I don't know, man. And Winona Ryder returns as the stressed out mom, killing the role. Like you feel her stress and like paranoia. And as a parent, you can understand it. Like when your child goes missing for mad long, then comes back, you're gonna be on pins and needles. You're gonna be stressed out. You're gonna be smoking, doing heroin, coke, You gonna be shaking for no reason? Your kid goes to take out the trash, you like, where'd you go? I took out the trash. Okay. When I talk about character development, man, like, you know, Dustin was like a fan favorite, man. The kid with the teeth. He was like a fan favorite. He was killing it. Him and Steve formed this little friendship that's really dope within the season, man. It's like a dope back and forth that they had. And that's what I'm talking about, man. Character development. And then they added new characters like Mad Max, this little redhead girl from out of town who had a mean, abusive, bully stepbrother. But I bet you if the season went on, you would be like, man, you know what? The stepbrother's not too bad. The action picks up midway through the second season. And it's like a slow build to the action. And so, which I liked, which I enjoyed, because once the action transpires again, there's some heft to it, there's a weight to it, there's a gravity to it, where everything matters. Paul Reiser is in the second season. If y'all not familiar with Paul Reiser, he was in the show Mad About You. But I know him from Aliens, the second Aliens, directed by James Cameron. He was in Aliens, and he double-crossed the whole team. I never forgave him for this. That's why I never watched Mad About You, because I was mad about what you did to Sigourney Weaver and them in the second Aliens. I know him personally. He's a stand-up comedian, and I worked with him at the Comedy and Magic Club. And when I introduced him, I gave him a bad intro because of what he did in Aliens. And I was in the movie Whiplash, and my scene was with him. But my scene got cut because I acted with Paul Reiser. I wonder if he cut my scene because he remembered my intro at the Comedy and Magic Club. Because he really is the character in Aliens. Sean Astin is in this. Now, if you're not familiar with him, he plays Samwise Gamgee from Lord of the Rings, man. I'm a Lord of the Rings head. So anybody from Lord of the Rings, I'm all for it, man. And he was in Goonies. This show has a similar feel to Goonies. Let's put one of the Goonies in the joint. I see what y'all doing out here, Stranger Things. So it was good to see him in the new season, man. I really enjoyed his character. This show was created by the Duffer Brothers, man. I don't know what it is about brothers making stuff. I like it. I like brothers collaborating and creating stuff. The Russo brothers that did The Winter Soldier and Captain America Civil War, they did a great job. The Coen brothers, man, they've been killing it for I don't know how long. I like brothers directing stuff. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I want more Stranger Things, man. I want another season, like tomorrow. You got some more of that? You got some more of that Stranger Things, man? Come on, man, please. Anything, man. I'll sell you these monkeys for like $2. Please, just bring it back. But forget all that. What are the takeaways from Stranger Things? Character development is key, okay? Character development is key. Making characters not one-dimensional or straight black and white really adds to the flavor, really adds to the crock pot of character development. Takeaway 2, the 80s, man. It's probably the best time frame around. If you're too young to remember the 80s, you're missing out because the 90s was whack. And the 2000s, trash. But the 80s though, the 70s and 80s, that's when it was all good, man. If you missed out on the 70s and 80s, I feel bad for you. The Smooth Jazz review of Stranger Things 2. Oh yeah. I give Stranger Things 4.5 saxophones out of 5. I really ain't got no complaints. Oh. That was strange right there. That was strange indeed. All right, peeps. That was my review of Stranger Things 2. Let me know how you feel about Stranger Things 1 and 2 in the comments section below. Let me know what you thought about the characters as well. And do you agree with my review of Stranger Things, man? Let me know in the comments section below. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And always comment, man. I love reading your comments out here in these streets, man. And if you like Stranger Things, you probably like the 80s. Monster Squad, the Goonies, Ghostbusters, Back to the Future. Just the 80s was cracking, man. If you're not familiar with the 80s movies, get in on it, man. Do yourself a favor, man. Check them out. The Lost Boys. Oh, that was one of my favorites growing up, too. Anyway, man, it's Tony Baker, the Stranger Things review. We out here.